Now, I had to look this up, and I hated to look this up, but I've heard that Section 8 is probably more than likely under attack. And a lot of people that I've known at my job are receiving Section 8. Some of them are receiving Section 8. Now, I saw on TikTok somebody saying, "Oh, I'm so glad that we got an administration." You mean the Trump administration? So what that told me right away is this is some black person that voted for Trump. So I saved it. He said he was basically pulling out one incident where a woman was falsifying using her qualifications for Section 8, but she sublet the Section 8 place out. And he showed a photo of her, and he was saying that this lady lived in a beautiful gated community and she was well off. She wasn't really hurting for cash because she was tricking the system. Okay? This was a white lady that was doing this. Now, these are situations, they do happen. But to punish everybody because of what these groups of folks that you can easily, if you go and try to weed these people out and you try to do your investigation, do your job like you're supposed to, you can find these people. But now you're going to make all these people suffer. So housing vouchers are frozen. Okay? That's what this letter is saying. May 25th, 2025. I kid you not. fingerlakes1.com. So I've been seeing and hearing people complaining about this. Section 8 programs threaten a bill that creates a housing crisis. All I gotta say is if they stop Section 8, that's another thing that's going to impact these communities. The ones that voted for Trump and said he's a businessman, we like assholes, we like criminals because we in the hood, those types. Well, get ready. You gonna be homeless in the hood. Okay? If he starts messing with the Section 8, some of those people are on it. Okay? Not everybody's on Section 8, but some of these people that don't think clear, they're on these programs. So this is how it hurts you. Okay? Millions of Americans could lose access to housing assistance under a sweeping 2025 personal known as the One Big Beautiful Bill. I know you're familiar with that. Uh-oh. It includes you. Okay, discover related topics. There's other topics that are talking about it. Alright? Similar to it. Alright? What is in the bill? Section 8 and housing aid on the chopping block. Eliminate new funding for housing choice vouchers, which is Section 8. Freeze or reduce renewal funding for current voucher holders. Add new income verification rules that could disqualify recipients. So they make the changes to it. Some of the things that qualify you right now may disqualify you. That ain't good either. And emergency rental assistance programs launched during COVID. A lot of people got on these programs during COVID, and those are probably going to come to an end thanks to the One Big Beautiful Bill, which to me personally is one big disaster. So the bill doesn't directly defund Department of Housing and Urban Development, which is known as HUD, but it strips the funding tools. Local housing agencies need to issue and renew the vouchers. That's how it could affect. So we see all the little videos coming out about people complaining all over YouTube now. They starting to surface because it done hit them. They done received these letters. Let me guess. Telling them they had to qualify and those qualifications are not what they qualify for. So instantly they out. The bill is in effect. Who would be affected by the cuts? Okay? So, Families on the waiting of Section 8 list, many of which are already closed. Okay? That's if this bill could impact. Oh, last I checked the bill, I believe it passed. Uh-oh. Let's see how this works here. Current voucher holders forced to requalify under stricter rules. Older people, veterans, disabled renters rely on this monthly aid. Residents in rural counties. That's red states, isn't it? Trump's base. Often face limited access to the vouchers. With rent inflation and homelessness already rising, critics say these cuts could push thousands into unstable housing. What advocates are saying, okay? Housing advocates, they call the cuts cruel, and they warn of a serious fallout, higher rates of eviction and homelessness, overloaded shelters, local housing systems, and local housing systems. Just like if you go seek shelter or temporary shelter, it's overcrowded or you probably can't get into it. So we'll see a lot of people in and out of hotels. A lot of crime is going to rise, of course, because people are going to get desperate. And that's usually what happens when in any culture, when people feel under pressure because they don't have their basic needs met. Long-term housing insecurity for vulnerable Americans, legal aid groups are preparing for an influx, which is an increase of clients facing canceled benefits and emergency housing needs. What happens next with all of this? The bill is expected to spark intense debate in Congress. Supporters say it trims government waste, is what they call. Opponents say it targets the working poor and the older people. If you currently receive housing assistance, contact your local housing authority for the updates on this and on your voucher. Seek legal advice as well if you receive an eviction notice, because if they freeze the fundings, then your landlord is not going to get the difference. Because isn't that how it works? Your voucher pays a certain portion, which is the portion that pays the landlord, and then you pay the other portion of it, which is a smaller portion, easier for you to manage. But if you paid your portion, that means nothing. Because if that landlord doesn't get the rest of it, he going to be looking for it from you. And if you can't come up with it, guess what's going to happen? You going to get evicted. Yeah. So this is how serious all of these things are. This is how it impacts these communities. And so it's people I know that I work with say they got Section 8. It's going to hurt them greatly. If you don't have a stable place to live, how you going to keep your job when you got to be moving from pillow to post? That's the question. Who would be affected by the cuts? Section 8 will be cut, and people are panicking. That's on YouTube. I'm not going to play it. I could play it, but I'm not going to play it. Should I play it? They don't look very happy, do they? And we see different faces of all walks of life, don't we? I don't know. I caved in.
No more Section 8 EBT for people that don't want to go to work. Y'all time is up. Now, how many of y'all have family members, friends, people you know that's been living off Section 8 for 20 years? I don't know if y'all heard or not, but Trump is getting rid of that Section 8 and EBT for these people that don't want to get out here and go to work. Your time is up, baby. So all y'all that's living it up right now, that's able-bodied to go to work, and you're choosing not to go to work, you better get ready. Because, baby, y'all finna get them notices.
The food stamp lady,
come soon.
she one of them.
This is devastating for a lot of people. For people that have regular Section 8, 2 years. 2 years. They ain't coming out with a Section 9, okay? That is it.
I personally don't agree with a lot of things Trump is saying, but this one specific thing makes sense to me. To all the people that's on Section 8, he is giving y'all 2 years to get on your feet. Trump says stop being dependent and become independent. I agree.
People better start taking Trump seriously. Like, if show me better than you could tell me who was a person, it's him. He's what now talking about getting rid of housing. That is literally going to force people that have not paid that amount in whatever their rent costs homeless. That is about to literally force people into the streets. And everybody keeps saying the same thing. Oh, he's not going to do this, or he can't get away with this, or our Constitution is so strong. Literally, he is getting away with a lot of stuff.
Supposedly, I don't know if this is true, I don't know if this is factual, but Section 8 will be cut come 2025 or later 2025. This is what I've seen on, I think it was on Facebook. I didn't even go and fact check. But I want to address the comment that I seen, and it was like, this is good because people be on Section 8 and they abuse it. And it's like, how is this good? Whether a group of people are abusing a resource, if you take the whole resource away, for the people that's not abusing it, we don't have it. And I think that's what, Trump is kind of bargaining at. He's getting at, stir crazy. People become fearful for their lives. It's survival of the fittest. So certain, government assistance that's now been taken away is not an act of service. It's not, oh, now everybody's going to get up on their own 2 feet. No. People don't have it like that. It's not like everyone is not dealt the same card. So you're not going to be like putting everybody at the same starting line and then whatever. No.
That's right.
Did y'all hear what Trump said? He said you only getting 2 years to be on this Section 8. Now, I don't think he wrong at all, because most of you guys are abusing me. You've been on Section 8 for 10 years, 11 years, 12 years, 20 years. Let somebody else who actually need it. Because most of y'all don't even, y'all abuse me. I'm talking about the ones, not everybody, I'm talking about the ones that's on it and don't work, don't want to work. And then the ones that's on it and then do work. You calling your boss and telling your boss to falsify that paperwork. Your paperwork. But Trump said the gig is up. That's why it's important to have a good old man if you don't want to work. Pay your bill.
And I disagree with
Trump
that.
has put a 2-year limit on Section 8
he might be lazy
for
too.
all of those Section 8 voucher holders. But I cannot say that I disagree with this 2-year limit on Section 8. Section 8 is supposed to be a stepping stone for families.
It is.
But there are so many people that are on Section 8 that has been on Section 8 for a lifetime, to the point to where other families don't have a chance to get that help, that assistance, and get ahead themselves.
Right.
I don't think that's fair for people to stay on Section 8
The
for
abuse.
18, 19 years and not give other families that's in need the opportunity to receive those sort of benefits. So I do not disagree with President Trump on this time limit.
I'm not no hating ass bitch. I'm not knocking nobody's situation. But if you really think about it, Section 8 is only to assist you to get on your feet.
Yes,
Section
it
8 is a stepping stone to get you on your feet. Section 8 is not something you should depend on for the rest of your life.
Right.
Government assistance is not something you should depend on for the rest of your life. Key word, assistance, to assist you. Y'all done got too comfortable. There's people that's been on Section 8 for like 10 plus years. That's a long time. Within that amount of time, you should have a lot of money saved up in your bank account, in your savings account. Y'all too busy buying the newest shoes, buying the hottest cars, trying to keep up with the trend, buying designer purses, buying designer clothes, but you're in public housing. If you can buy designers, you can pay your house rent without assistance. Let that sink in. If you can buy designers, you can pay your house rent without assistance. I mean, I get it. There's a lot of single mothers out here also that need those type of assistance. But if you're just comfortably living off Section 8 and don't care, that's crazy to me. That's the reason why nobody else can get in, because y'all be on Section 8 for years.
Now, how many of y'all have family members, friends, people you know that's been living off Section 8 for 20 years? They rent $3. They don't go to work. Not that they can't go to work. They don't want to go to work.
Now you see, you hear it from the horse's mouth. You hear the different comments about what people are saying about it. Some people agree with that. So I bet, now it's a hunch, that some of you people who voted for this man thought he wasn't going to do shit to you. Guess what? You're wrong. He's coming for your Section 8. He's coming for your housing. He's coming for the schools. He's coming for your community. Dear you, get ready. Just pop on YouTube. Already, there's some other videos that follow this. Thousands are being evicted. I'm hearing thousands of people are getting evicted. And let me tell you why they're getting evicted. Because I saw another video where some places, and I don't know if it's all 50 states yet, they've frozen the funding. So the landlords can't get the other portion of that rent money. So you have to come up with it. Think about what's been going on, young people, and older people too. Now, here's my position on it. They're right. I agree. Some people do abuse these programs. That's, however, not everyone. There are some people that have health issues and they might not can go to work. They might be disabled and they might not can hold those jobs because of their physical disabilities. There might be people who they have a mental issue and it is hard for them to go and get certain positions of work. So they're going to need some types of assistance. So they didn't mention any of that. They're talking and referring to these able-bodied, young and older people who they don't have a lot of health issues and they could go and hold down a job. Or could they? Now, what they didn't mention, there are some people who are illiterate. They're functionally illiterate. They may look like they can get hired somewhere, but when you get them to write a name or a sentence or try to take a exam, they can't do it. So they take these lower paying jobs, not just because they want to take them, because they have no other options, because they might have dropped out of school themselves. Or they may not have the capacity, education-wise, they may be functionally illiterate. We do have people in the world that are like that. They can only do a certain level of ability when it comes to academic. So they rely heavily on these programs because they have a deficit academically. So these programs are a lifeline for some of those people. They might not have finished school, or they might be coming from a place where they're illiterate. They might be coming from another place. Maybe they grew up in a different environment where you didn't have as much schooling. It didn't go past the 6th grade, or maybe not even that. Some are in foster care. Maybe they was in and out of different schools and they didn't retain the learning. So we got to include those people, and that's what these young ladies probably didn't consider. And I know they mean well. They talking about the ones who could get up and get a job. Some might even fight against it and say, well, sometimes you don't need all that schooling to get out and get you a job. Well, if you don't know how to read and write and fill out an application, you might not be able to secure those jobs. So some of those people are going to be heavily impacted by these laws. So I just wanted to add that. And if you start looking at that little video, after it, there's going to be a video coming that's saying there's thousands of evictions that are happening in real time right now. So I just wanted you to see that. And I wanted you to realize that, It's coming. If you thought he wasn't gonna hurt you, think again. And I saw a video with a food stamp lady. I don't know if you guys know who this lady is, but she was on TikTok talking about how she get food stamps, she get all these government programs. And from the way she talks, she sound like she can read and write. She had sense enough to know to get all them programs and get money off of TikTok as a content creator, talking about how she own all these government programs, but she can't go out and get a job. She said that's what the taxpayers are for. You work for her. That she got 6 kids and you taking care of her 6 kids, and she ain't gonna go get a job, and she was demanding that she wasn't gonna go get a job. Well, guess what, dear? You about to lose your Section 8. You probably gonna lose your EBT. And you're going to lose everything else. So you're going to have to be out there working. So from what these young ladies were referring to would be somebody like her, bragging about how she don't got to pay regular rent, and how she don't have to buy her food, and how much money she was getting off the government, and she was never going to work. And mind you, some of her videos were still up there. You can take a look at them. The EBT lady, as what she called herself, the EBT of the food stamp lady. Just take a look at it and you'll see what I'm talking about. Anyway, anywho, until next time, get ready. 'Cause he's coming. And all these cuts, people laughing, thinking this stuff ain't gonna happen to them. I want you to look at that. What's in the bill? The big beautiful bill. Section 8 and housing aid on the chopping block. Let that simmer in your mind.